I think one of the more interesting interviews that I'm proud of is I did a sit down with Ken Roczen last year in Vancouver. And throughout the interview, we were kind of talking about his career legacy and where he's at. And with any athlete of that age, you're going to wonder, well, how much longer can we expect you to perform at this level in such a physically demanding sport? And throughout the process of the interview, just based on his tone and his demeanor and some of the things he was saying, I realized he wasn't afraid of a poor performance. He was afraid of life after retirement. And I think that is a very scary concept for a lot of athletes whose entire world has spun around this one sport. And the concept of moving forward in your career can be frightening. But again, in those moments, you listen to what the athlete is telling you and you try to get a gauge for what their heart is saying and read between the lines, because no one's going to step out and say like, hey, I'm afraid of life after retirement. But if you're getting that feeling, you can ask them that. And Ken is an amazing interview. Ken Roczen is just one of the coolest. I think he's an icon for so many reasons in this sport, not only being an international rider. He wasn't born and raised here in the United States. He's had to overcome so many things that athletes who were born here have never had to do. What I love about Ken is he has this never give up attitude, and he's been through so much. And if you look at his arms and his body, he has had some terrible injuries that he's come back from and still been able to be one of the, he's good for a win or two every season. And the fact that he can still do that despite everything he's been through. Even the bike changes that he made, like going from a factory Honda to a relatively unproven bike, the Suzuki, in this era is huge. The fact that he was able to make that jump and find success there when everyone doubted him. Everyone said, why are you going there? Like, maybe you should consider X, Y, and Z team instead. The fact that he was so confident in himself that he was like, you know what, I'm going to go to Suzuki. I'm going to make history here. And he did.